What if I told you there was a massively multiplayer online World War II game that took place on the biggest map ever created within a video game, a literal half-scale map of Western Europe that has no load times, is completely persistent, where you amongst thousands of other players fight via land, air, or sea, all within real time in a persistent world where the players determine everything within campaigns that could last several months, similar to the game Foxhole, the top-down shooter, except this is an FPS that will be built with state-of-the-art graphics within the Unreal Engine 5. This game will be next level. Okay, boys, come take a little journey with me. It's somewhere around the turn of the century, and I'm a teenager, probably about 15, and we have 2 video game stores within a reasonable drive from my home. And that was my favorite electronics boutique and Babbage's, both which were inside of Greenbrier Mall. Quick tidbit, just a few months ago, they announced that they are shutting the place down. Kind of sad. Damn you, Amazon. Well, speak of the devil, don't forget to use my Amazon link below. Support the channel with pennies on the dollar. And thank you to whoever used the link a couple days ago. You, sir, are the man. So I'm in my favorite store on earth, EB, Electronics Boutique, and I'm looking for a new video game. I've always been a World War II buff since I was little, and there I saw the box art of World War II Online. I picked it up and read something very similar to the intro you just heard, and was overwhelmed with excitement. I begged my mother to get it for me, and of course she did not, because it was the 90s, and back in the old days, parents didn't buy you shit unless it was your birthday or Christmas. So I went home, and I knocked on every neighbor's door in my neighborhood asking if I could cut their grass for $10. I forget the price, it was $30 or $40, but $30 or $40 later, in about a month or so, the next time we were up at the mall, I purchased that World War II Online box and could not contain myself until we got home. Back in the day, you had to use several CDs for the installation process, so I sat there overwhelmed with anticipation as it took hours for this game to install. Finally, the installation completed, and I booted up World War II Online for the first time ever. Jumped into the only server there is, which contains thousands of players, and was introduced to a slideshow. We're talking 1 frame every 2 seconds. And my heart hit the floor, for my little wannabe Pentium 1 computer just could not hack it. Pretty sad when you're running on a 56K modem, and that isn't where the bottleneck is. Saying all this to say, it was 2001, and this is what World War II Online looked like. Not even great graphics for the time. The N64 probably could have pushed better graphics, but the reason being, it was such a massive game world with a massive amount of netcode, tons of players all playing in real time, and there's no way they could pump too many polygons. The game has slowly evolved through the years, always keeping a small cult fan base, just keeping it alive. It recently came to Steam, and I must admit, I had a blast when it first came to Steam, as there were hundreds of players logged in. I was part of like an 80-man paradrop, and it was very immersive despite the dated graphics. Now this is where the story gets interesting. Some of you may remember a Half-Life mod named Resistance and Liberation that was soon ported over to Half-Life 2 or the Source engine, a very kind of underground mod, as it was always kind of in the testing alpha mode with a real close-knit community. People thought Resistance and Liberation died on that Source engine, but found out later that the guys ported it over to finally Unreal Engine 4. Now I was testing for them about a year ago when they were just passionate fans making a mod, no pay involved. Well, that's when the boys at World War II Online, Cornered Rat Software, hit them up with an offer, and apparently they took it. So now, what was Resistance and Liberation is now World War II Online Chokepoint. Now where this gets really interesting is, every asset they are creating within Unreal Engine 4 and later 5 will be usable by the World War II Online team, as they now have 2 teams. And believe it or not, but the plan is to port the entirety of World War II Online, a literal 2-to-1 scale of all of Western Europe map, ported over to Unreal Engine 4 and later 5. Now they're going to use the game Chokepoint as like an introductory, kind of more simplified version to kind of bring players in, but all of those mechanics within that first-person shooter experience will be ported over to World War II Online on a massive, persistent, combined arms war that could last several months. Now the really cool thing about World War II Online is that the players decide everything. Every mission you go on was written up by an actual player. Now you'll have an officer giving you commands, and that officer will have a lieutenant, and all the way up until you get to high command. One man that's deciding every move the allies or the Axis make, and that man, of course, is controlled by a player. Now, of course, you have to earn this spot as high command. Do know that the screenshots you're seeing now are more or less like a lighting test. This is no way the final look of it. However, if you look closely, you can tell that the only real thing changing here is the light. I mean, maybe the textures a little bit, some added foliage, but for the most part, it looks as if they have taken the World War II online build from 2001. Now, of course, it has been updated over the years, but still, it's that core build, and they have loaded it into the Unreal Engine 4, which is remarkable. Now, I heard in a live stream one of the chokepoint developers talking about all the little graphical assets that they are building for chokepoint, of course, will be usable in World War II Online. So as you can see, some of the bare streets, they'll be filled up with crates and light poles, food stands, maybe even war-torn graphical assets. Which reminds me, World War II Online has a rudimentary destruction feature. This could get really interesting, as Unreal Engine, we know, is capable of destruction. I would love to see what they do with the destruction model, as I'm sure they know destruction within FPS is like a huge selling point, for lack of a better word. I mean, I love it too, but it seems a little overrated. Everyone's bonkers for destruction. I mean, I'll admit it. It's pretty freaking awesome when done right. So we have a 20-plus-year-old game development company, Cornered Rat Software, obtaining essentially a modding team. Oh, by the way, if you missed my last video about how we're on the cusp of an indie and modding renaissance, definitely check that out. There's a link up in the top right corner. But as I was saying, these guys responsible for all the assets being created within Unreal Engine 4 are essentially a group of modders that are now getting paid. So if you're still kind of wondering what's going on, World War II Online, which has been out for 20 years, is technically still in early access on Steam and will soon release at 1.0, and at about that time it will cease being updated, as both the chokepoint and the online team will team up and focus on World War II Online 2, the Unreal 4 and then 5 version. But here's the thing, and probably the most important part about this video, is like I said earlier, this game has survived with a cult following. Now you can go to their webpage and read this for yourself, but I'll summarize for you. They need every subscription they have, and maybe a little more to pull this off. Now I know a lot of you are into supporting games early, and I couldn't think of a better one than this. No, I'm not sure if it's just a one-time payment of $17.99. I think it is. Will get you access to the current World War II online build and all the new stuff coming to it, all the content within, as that's the max subscription. Now just a one-time payment, I believe, gets you access to chokepoint. However, the devs are asking that you pay a monthly subscription if you wish to support their work, as it's going to take a lot of manpower to port a 2.1 scale version of all Western Europe. Take a look at this map, it's really cool. Look over at the key to the left, and at the very bottom you'll see a teeny little square, and that's a Hell Let Loose map. Then slightly bigger is Postscriptum, slightly bigger is Squad, and then bigger than all of those, War Thunder. Now that square that makes up War Thunder goes up against the entirety of the World War II Online, completely persistent, no loading screen map. I mean, I really hate to say it, but I almost doubt they can pull this off. I just really hope it isn't because of fun. So guys, if you can afford it, even if you don't play the current version, go over there and support Cornered Rat. They need every penny they can get to pull this off. And if they do, this will be one of the most innovative, just truly remarkable game to hit the market in a very long time. Now, if you're like me, you kind of look past the outdated graphics. Take this game for what it is. Now, believe it or not, this game's ballistics, physics, and damage model is right up there with War Thunder or Postscriptum or any modern game. Every single shot on a piece of armor or vehicle or plane is simulated in real time, taking into account angle, armor thickness, trajectory, whatever shell you're using, and what happens afterwards. Here, check this clip out.
We take aim at the back of the turret and fire an armor-piercing round at it. Now we reveal the component-driven damage model and the ballistic model determining the outcome of all round impact consequences. This includes speed of the round at impact, angle of obliquity, thickness of the armour, and what happens afterwards. Whether or not the armour was penetrated, how much if any spore was generated, and what parts of the tank and crew were damaged or destroyed. In this example, the round strikes the turret at 23 degrees off-centre, travelling at 779 metres a second, hits the ammunition stored in the turret, and passes through the loader's neck, decapitating him. It continues through the gunner's torso, killing him, and impacts against the front of the turret, stopping there. Internal spall generated by the penetration has also wounded the commander and driver. The impact on the ammunition storage at penetration has started a fire, and the tank begins to burn, brewing up into a blazing inferno that kills the rest of the crew. All vehicles in Battleground Europe have a component-driven damage model that works in concert with a fully tracked ballistics model to determine the consequences of all bullet and ballistic round impacts. All ammunition performs according to its individual ballistic properties and its reaction within the individually modeled component properties of each vehicle's damage model.
Yeah, need I say more? This game that has taken over 20 years to develop with a fresh new Unreal Engine 4 or better yet 5 paint job will set the benchmark for any mass multiplayer real-time action game to come afterwards. If you're interested in supporting these guys, head over to WWII.online.com. You can also get the game or subscription over at Steam, and don't forget you can play the game free too. Just download it on Steam. And one more time, if you get the heroic build subscription, I think it's $17.99, supports the future of development, and it gets you access to the smaller, more casual chokepoint, which testing starts on June 1st. Now, even chokepoint here is very early in development and already is really coming together. Now, I would imagine for the most part, all of the first-person mechanics that are being developed for chokepoint will convert over to the later World War II Online 2. Now, maybe it might be even like a simplified version, being that you'll be running with thousands of players on a stressed netcode, but I'm no computer expert. Anyway, I want to leave you guys with some pretty current alpha footage of chokepoint. This is one of the developers playing, actually. This is one of the closed tests that he actually streamed on Twitch. Check it out. You can see the maps Carentan, Saint Marie, Église. He goes through a couple different classes. And one of my favorite parts, he gets his gun freaking shot out of his hand. I wish we had that in Postscriptum or Hell Let Loose or even Squad. Oh my goodness. The potential of this double-winged development team now is remarkable. God bless all the modders out there. Heroes of all gaming. Anyway, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. It's gonna be an all-night slobber knocker.
Possible MG fire up there.
Yeah, copy.
There's a guy straight ahead way down there. Hey, we got smoke?
Hey, shoot, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. We got an MG to the left. If we got smoke, pop it. Frag out. Shit, he's to the right now. Courtyard. Frag out. Loading.
But I throw my smoke grenade, you can go.
Okay, throw your frag grenade.
Okay. Where is it? I don't know where it is.
Machine gunner down. Oh shit! Holy shit! So if you guys just saw it, I lost my gun. I lost my gun! Fuck! Oh my god! These guys want to kill me so bad. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna try and book it over here. That looks pretty raunchy. I am wounded so bad. think we're advancing. I have no idea how I survived most of this. Also, in Band of Brothers, Shifty shot that sniper. The sniper was right here. Could be the one up. Let me check the one up, actually, because there's that. Yeah, it was this one, actually. This was the sniper position. Anyway, kind of cool. A little salute to something we've all been a big fan of for a while. Let's do the machine gun. Everybody likes a good machine gun. Machine gunner also has a pistol. This is very cool. Looks like a captured French vehicle here. H-39, R-35, something like that. I'm just gonna hang tight here. Oh man, we got another machine gunner next to me. So the aiming on this is kind of unique. You can also do this, which is kind of a peripheral way to aim. And then of course there's the focused aim that you're used to. So it's kind of interesting. You could kind of point over there if you want.
Area secure!
You can see there are some things like this dude's his parachute isn't on correctly. Okay, let's go out the door, Yeah, so there's some things to work on. Anyway, here we go. Out the plane. Going down. But yeah, it's kind of a fun way to enter battle, and until you secure the first objective, that's kind of how it goes. You just keep jumping out. You can become part of these playtests and support the game's development by becoming not just a subscriber of World War II Online, but sorry, I had to focus on that. By becoming a hero builder. That gives the dev team resources to be able to do more and support this game's development. World War II Online Chokepoint, again, is the foundation for content development and introducing our people. Hello. Oh, shit. Introducing our rats to the Unreal Engine and modernizing our approach on things. So, if you haven't yet checked out The Future of World War II Online, that article, that will tell you everything. It's very important for you to watch. Go to worldwar2online.com, and then at the very top, it will say, learn more about the future of World War II Online. It's a pretty big article with 2 videos worth about 30 minutes of runtime. It will tell you exactly what we're doing. It's all on the table, and we need your support. Oh my god. And, yeah, I deserve that. Sprayed and prayed.
Alright, boyos and goyos, if that doesn't make you clammy in the draws, you just might be one of those weirdos that can't get excited about anything. Oh my goodness, look at the time. We gotta wrap this thing up now. Don't forget to enter the Steam Key giveaway. We're giving away Easy Red 2, Mud and Blood, and Fire and Steel. Whoever wins gets to pick. Just like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course. Join us on Discord, it's linked in the description. Drop a comment, say whatever you want in the comment, but leave your Discord name and number because that's gonna work as your ticket stub. Good luck to everybody. Speaking of a winner, we got 2 keys we're giving away this week. If you guys may remember, my Discord followers got a special giveaway within the last short video I released. The winner of that one, Mr. Calvilazzo. Sorry if I butchered your name. And also the winner of this week's Steam Key giveaway, Nico. You boys come on down, make your pick of the 3. I believe Cal is new to win, but I know Nico's won before. It's like the same handful of people keep winning all the keys. So if you're new around here, your chances are really good. Freaking enter the giveaway. Alright, special shout out to my channel members. Don't forget, the lowest tier of channel membership gets you double the entry in every week's Steam Key giveaway. Double the odds for you. And support the channel while you do it. Consider becoming a Mil-Simp minion. Hit the blue join button below. My high council, my inspiration. Special shout out to the majority of them. They've been with the channel for over a year now. Thank you guys so much. Alright boys, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, holler at me on Discord. Y'all be good to each other.